Hello everyone, my name is Maggie and welcome to my channel. Before we get started, remember to subscribe and ring the notification bell so you never miss when I make a new video. Today, in honor of Pride, I thought I would do something a little fun and a little silly and read you a short fictional story I wrote in high school that is queer. So I love to write creatively, and in high school I didn't have anything to do other than homework or like watch TV, so I would write. And I wrote on several different platforms, but one of the platforms I still have the login information, and I recently went in to like just kind of look at my old stuff and like laugh or whatever. Like really did not remember what they were about at all, and I found, sorry, I'm really nervous, so I'm touching my hat. I just need to put it on my head and not touch it. So I went to check it out just to look at it, and I realized that I had written a queer story, which is really interesting to me because at that point in my life, I was not, like, I had no concept of my own queerness, like, at all. So I thought it was interesting. I mean, obviously I did because I wrote this. You wouldn't write this if you didn't have those feelings, but it was like not even in my brain at that point. But obviously it was because I wrote this. I also wrote a lot of things from guys' perspectives, like dating girls, which is also, in my opinion, very gay. But anyway, so I thought I would read you this story just for a laugh, to do like a dramatic reading of my high school queer short fiction. So here we go. I have my laptop here, my little mini laptop with it brought up, and I guess we'll just go. So this is in quotes. See you in a few. That's the last thing you said before hanging up. Thanks for letting me know you'll be pulling up my driveway 2 minutes before you do. No, really, you gave me so much time to prepare. So sarcastic. That is how I am though. That's how I write and how I speak and how I live. What was I wearing? Battered old pajama pants and a tank top I would never wear anywhere outside my own home. My midriff did not need to be displayed to the world. Not the loveliest thing, but I shouldn't care. It's not like I have feelings for you anymore. No, that ship sailed as soon as you did. As always, no one was home. It still bothered me, not that you'd remember. You didn't remember. You didn't remember anything I said, really. It wasn't important enough. I never was important enough. Shit, who did I have a crush on that was quite unrequited? I don't even know. I slid off my bed and crept down the stairs quickly, the darkness seeping in from all directions. I was afraid of the dark, as most people are, but just because it's a popular fear doesn't mean it's not terrifying. True. Facts. Right as I hit the second to last step, my ridiculously long pajama pants caught on an old nail protruding from the banister, and I flew the rest of the way down. Trying to regain my footing, I tripped over the coat rack and was sent backwards. I hit the ground, and the force slid my body into the door frame connecting the main hallway and the living room, my back and head colliding with the chipped paint. This is like literally about me though, so I'm like, I don't know, how did I never think like I'm queer? I don't know. I let out a long-winded groan as pain shot through my spine. My head ached as I pushed back my bangs and gathered my legs to my chest. That's when you knocked. Come in, I yelled through gritted teeth. I heard the door open and close, your wet footprints make squelching noises on the floor. Wet footprints, that's not an actual thing. Anyone home? Your voice was sweet as always, like soft wind through green grass. Over here, I mumbled, sitting up straighter. My head pounded with my heart, which in all honesty was overpowering my head like 10 times over. That's when she walked into my view. Her hair was much longer. The dark curls tumbled down, 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 almost to her waist. She wore a hat with tassels, but it didn't look silly. She was the kind of girl that could work anything. Her body was as delicious as ever, curves in all the right places, and clothes that emphasized her best features. Her face went from a sparkling smile to furrowed eyebrows, her dazzling eyes from excitement to confused. God, she was beautiful. And not just usual beautiful, That body housed the most lovely soul I have ever encountered. Why are you on the floor? I half smiled up at her and explained what had happened, using my hands and providing sound effects. Well, are you okay? She asked after I'd finished. I think so, just a little sore. Help me up? I held out a hand and she grabbed it, hoisting me upwards. Thanks. She was about to say something when her face froze in a look of concern. What? She pointed to the wall I was just leaning against, and near the bottom where my head was dripped a splotch of red. I reached back and winced. I had busted my head open. My hands were spotted with blood. A little sore, huh? Come on, I'll clean you up. I swear you are the clumsiest person. She slid her hand around my waist and my skin burned hot where she touched me. Damn this tank top. After leading me to the kitchen and propping me on a bar stool, she went to work. Silently, she brushed back my dark blonde hair and dabbed alcohol where she deemed necessary. I sat there and took it like a man, but boy, was it burning. All done, she whispered. All done. All done. Like, why would you whisper that? Chills danced up my spine. Thanks. So, what brings you here? I twisted the bar stool in her direction and watched her put things away. She knew my house inside and out. Just sort of missed you, I guess. I broke up with Ryan like an hour ago. My heart leaped into my throat. Finally, she dropped that douchebag. I hated him from the beginning, but mostly because he took away the object of my affection. Miss... I can't with this name. Listen to this name. Miss Susie Lovett. That darling girl in front of me. He was a jerk, but he was the jerk stopping me from happiness. Susie was my best friend ever since we met in the girls' room in 7th grade. I was wearing my Chuck Taylors and she some kind of ballet flats. That's like a real, like, she wears short skirts, I wear t-shirts moment. I really only remember our shoes because I had to look under the stall to see if anyone was in there. I hated peeing with other people in the bathroom, so I just washed my hands instead. She was the one who struck up conversation. It's a little backstory for you of how they met, and then we go right back into the dialogue. Awesome. Hate him. She looked at me with sad eyes and a sad smile. I didn't, but his drinking was getting bad. That's when I noticed the bruise on her collarbone. Did he hit you, Susie? Her eyes widened and her hand flew to the bruise. I didn't let him, she whispered, barely audible. He held me down. I tried to stop him. I hopped off the bar stool and gathered her in my arms. Her tears felt nice on my shoulder, like long-lost friends. That is my favorite simile in this whole thing. Her tears felt nice on my shoulder, like long-lost friends. Like the tears in her shoulder. That is strange. It's okay, it's okay. I rubbed her back up and down, up and down. She smelled like lilacs and cinnamon gum. She smelled absolutely delicious. I probably could have held her for a while, but she pulled away, sniffing loudly and wiping her eyes. I'm done with him now anyway. It doesn't matter. It does matter, but you're right. It's over. You don't have to be with him anymore. You can just be with me. I smiled at her, my words hanging there, open for interpretation. She smiled back, not hesitating. There are rumors flying around these days, you know, she started, picking at something invisible on her shirt. Oh yeah, like what? Just some, something about your sexual orientation? Her eyes flickered up at me, waiting. Oh, that. I turned to the counter, pretending to be distracted by a box of cereal I hated. Yes, that. What's the deal? Are you gay? I stuck my hand in the box and pulled out 3 little fruity spheres. I rolled them between my hands. Promise not to hate me for it, I mumbled, crunching them in my hand. Of course not. I still love you. I'm kind of, glad that you are. What? I was shocked. Does this mean that she... No, of course not. No. No way, no how. Stop thinking that. Stop thinking at all. Guys are jerks. You don't want one. Oh yeah, I guess you're right. I deflated. I knew I shouldn't have thought. She walked over to me and put her hand on my cheek. There's something else, but I'm sort of embarrassed to say. Tell me or I'll kill you, woman. I smiled goofily and she laughed, taking her hand from my face and playing with the button on her skirt. There's a lot of hands. Ooh, sorry. There's a lot of hands playing with things. Talk about those hands. Well, I've sort of been thinking, at college, you know, experimenting is more like it. She stopped and looked at me, but I kept my face confused. I wanted to know where she was going with this. And I think I might be like, bi or something. I don't know. It's confusing. You like girls sometimes? Find them attractive? I was intrigued, and I thought this was a dream. Well, yeah, I mean, look at you. You're fucking sexy, you know? How can you not want to make out with you? My cheeks flamed red. You'd be surprised. She rolled her eyes and grabbed my face in her hands. Her soft pink lips crashed into mine, and she pulled away after 5 seconds. I stared oh no. I stared wide-eyed at her. She looked back happily, her eyes glimmering. See? I feel better. I shook my head and grabbed her, bringing her back to me. Care to try that again? She smiled I can't. I'm getting flustered now that we're getting like the kissing parts. Care to try that again? She smiled mischievously and kissed me again. And again. And again. And again and again and again. And we didn't stop until we fell asleep half naked on the couch watching old Disney Channel shows that they showed at 3 in the morning. I woke up in the middle of the night and peeked out of the covers at her face. Illuminated in the pale blue light of the television, it glowed marvelously. I slid my hand over her smooth stomach and pulled her closer, molding our bodies together. Her hot skin felt so nice against mine. I kissed the nape of her neck and settled in for the night. And then, to really like end this story on like an ominous, like witchy magic note. This is the final line of the story. Don't doubt the power of 11:11. Like the time 11:11 where you make a wish. That's actually, I like that. You know what? I like that storytelling device. That's cute. Okay, closing the laptop. Story over. Being real vulnerable today, y'all, but I hoped you liked it. I am just amazed like at my creativity when I was younger. Like the writing isn't amazing or anything, but I just love telling stories, and I still do love telling stories now through YouTube and my blog and Instagram and stuff. But yeah, so I hope you liked this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did, and leave your favorite line in the comments below. Remember to follow me on my social media, which is on the screen now and in the description box below. Hope you're having a wonderful Pride Month, whether you identify as LGBTQ+ or you're just an ally. It is wonderful that we are a strong community, and we are a community that is never going away. There will always be high school girls writing slightly sexy gay fan fiction, just fiction, in like their basements late at night, so that's not changing. Well, again, thank you so much for watching. Your support means so much to me, and I'm so happy that I get to do this for y'all. And yeah, I will see you next time. Bye.